Hi, my name's Paul Ryder and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is Toffee Tweets. We're responding to the Spurs game and also getting your comments on the transfer deadline day situation. First one comes in from Millsy, who says, sign all the players.
I agree.
I agree it also. ESC_Zach has said, a good away draw against a team struggling, so a little disappointed there. What? But the fact we created nothing, next to nothing, was a shame. You sort of contradict yourself all 3 times in that tweet. Big Time Brownie, loving the name there. It was a good result considering many of the players played against Barnsley. Good to see Howard play well again. Agree?
It was good to see Howard play well.
Dan Evertonian says, take a point at Spurs. Away support strong as ever. Big season for Barkley. Looks class. Didn't look that class on Saturday. He's looked good so far this season.
Good though, yeah.
Tom Forshaw says, good point at Spurs considering we played awful. Did we play awful?
I don't think we played awful, but it was a good point.
Yeah. Sean Ferguson has said, we need someone who can open a team up with one pass. Like he can open up a tin of beans with his left foot. You still have those players?
I've never seen a player open a tin of beans with his left foot. I'm sure there are people.
I'm sure there are that can do it. I've never seen my left foot. Couldn't he do that? Christy Brown?
Probably.
I'm sure he could.
He could paint, couldn't he?
He could paint, yeah. Lewis Barrow says, they were there for the taking. Jerry should have been on 20 minutes sooner. 2 or 3 signings needed. Hashtag money can't buy you stones.
Money can't buy you stones.
Do you agree? Do you agree with Jerry? Should have been on 20 minutes earlier?
Yeah, definitely. I thought the Naismith sub was the strange one for me. I thought
every week the Naismith
sub. I just thought at that time it was crying out for them to be stretched. They were pushing on, trying to get themselves forward, and there was gaps. And I thought Delafeu would have exploited, especially coming off the back of such a good performance.
Oh yeah. Maybe he was tired. Taking his dog for a walk. Ross 8 ESC 95 said, disappointing. Spurs were there for the taking. Roberto too cautious with subs again. Number 10 needed. Agree.
Yeah.
Sophie Gallagher says, badly need creativity. Great game from Howard and Barry. Oh no. And punctuation needs to be sorted here. And Barry should no longer play. Need at least 2 or 3 players in. So we're getting the same kind of vibes here. 2 or 3 players in. I think everyone's feeling that.
I don't think anyone will disagree. No. I won't disagree.
Swanee_92 says, our passing was awful. We lacked creativity. Tim Howard kept us in it. Fair point. Stephen Hale says, a good solid point to Spurs with a bit more guile and urgency. 3 points were there for the taking though.
Great word, doesn't it? Guile.
Guile. I love a bit of guile. He was bossing Street Fighter. Ryan Lowe says, just need the window to close and take away the distraction. Should have freedom to play then. New faces needed now.
Agree.
See, it's funny he says that. The window should close now.
Don't want it to close now.
I don't want it to close now, but it's like loads of people will be saying, if we keep John Stones, that's a good window. It's not a good window.
I think if you look at the window itself at the moment, we've got Cleverly on a free, who's done well, who's a good player, who's done well. And we've got Delafeu, who we were all delighted with to get back. Murray, we don't know
needs
much
work.
About Needs work. We need another 2 or 3 definitely.
Josh Keller says squad hasn't improved since 2013. Unless 4 or 5 players come in, we are not prepared. Again, that's how he's literally written. He's left a big pause. Can't argue. Everton Canada says shocking. Barry is a liability. Better teams win that game by 4 or 5 goals. Spurs had 3 one-on-ones. Again, cannot argue with that.
I don't think we played well enough to win by 4 or 5 goals.
No, I know, but what he's saying is other teams will go there and will win.
I'll be surprised if anyone beats Tottenham by 4 or 5 goals at Tottenham.
Nick Hughes says, I felt our lack of mobility in the middle and lack of width never really allowed us to get a grip of the game.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Kev Perry says, steady game, although we didn't pose a threat for the majority of it. RETRDLD Stones staying purchases backwards. What? I have no idea what any of that means, Kev. Some kind of Morse code.
So it just means...
I don't know. I just don't know what that means.
Still playing.
Yoz 1980 says, Spurs are a decent side, but not a great side. We got away with it because they're not good enough to punish us. All in all, a good point from an okay performance, and a redeeming performance from Howard was welcome.
I'd 100% agree with that.
Sean Cartwright says, Spurs could end up being a decent point. Don't panic buy. Has to be improvements if we sign someone. Tony says, bit too negative in team setup against the team I felt were there to be had. Too pedestrian and subs came on too late. I think he's right. I think maybe this stage of the season, it's hard to know how your opponents are going to play because you haven't really seen them yet. So maybe you have to set up cautiously just to...
We said last year the amount of time we were probably too open when we weren't playing well and were punished, weren't we? So...
Right, Tony says, as for deadline day, we need a number 10 drastically. Reckon Lennon might turn up and not much else. Fair enough. Gary said, good results where it's Spurs. Still need to bring in some new faces though. Hope Clevs is alright. We all hope Clevs is alright. Neil Parry says, Lukaku isolated, playing a system to suit our only fit players. Lack creativity, Barry too slow. Need a quality number 10. Get a theme, yeah. We need number 10. AD Dow says, on reflection, a good point in the end, but we need players, a left winger with pace and a creative central player. That'd be a number 10. Dan Osborne says, solid point for us, but we still think Roberto should have rolled the dice early by starting Jerry and Morales.
I think bringing him on a bit earlier would have done. I think I'm amazed how many people have fallen into the number 10. And not many say we need another centre forward. But that for me is the biggest worry. The midfield, the number 10. We've got players you can go in there like Barkley and Morales. I mean, it'd be lovely to think of this exotic European, South American style wizard that's going to turn up and open up all kinds of tins with his left foot. But I want someone else who can put the ball in the back of the net.
Bradley Elker says, positives, Howard actually played well and a point is decent to Spurs. Negatives, we're still skint. Fair enough. The Zohan says, against Spurs we were so slow to start and concentration levels weren't there. Without Howard we'd be lost. In my opinion we definitely need another classy playmaker, number 10, central striker. We were lacklustre until Naismith come on against Spurs. Fair enough, Naismith did throw it about a bit. He loves to wind people up. Andy McGee says, poor performance but decent result. Cleverly injuries, a massive blow. What were the Spurs fans booing Stones for? I don't know.
Because they don't like Chelsea.
Don't like the song. Stephen Beckham's staff says, impressed with Coney again. Fantastic close control. Bessage needs to play more games at the expense of Barry. Agree?
Could do. We said before about Mick, in another video about the makeup of the midfield isn't right, and Bessage is one who can go in there and break it up. Got young enough, got the legs. Why not?
Did alright against Barnsley, even though it was Barnsley. Simondo said, our defence has started to look like it's going in the right direction and the team look happy again. Craig Doherty said, transfer window, frugal. That's another good word.
It's where we shop, the frugal hooser.
Best, Manchester United 1999. Controversial. Said, can you please buy Wayne Rooney off us?
Yes, please.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, we need a striker or a 10. We'll take him, looked alright in the blue shirt the other week.
We'll have him. RW Bullen said, reckon Roberto has a surprise, decent transfer up his sleeve. Hope you're right. Sam Griffin said, poor performance but good result. Upper Gladys Blue is a solid if uninspiring defensive display versus Spurs. Need creativity and striking reinforcements ASAP. Hope Cleverly is okay. Michael Diasha has said, as it stands, Everton account for 0.68% of the Premier League spend. Simply isn't good enough. I completely agree.
Hard to argue.
Everton Luke NSNO said, we definitely need a number 10 before the deadline. We need that creativity as something seriously we lack. Dan Lidlander said, boring game. Howard was sound for once. Embarrassing transfer window.
You've got a number 10.
Yeah, Delafeu. Alex has said.
Lukaku.
Alex has said, good point away, but concerns as Martinez's refusal to play wingers and make subs before 70th minute. Need good deadline day. Poggy Mac has said, was a tired looking team with no spark. They were there for the taking. Tim Howard has set the standard. Hope it continues. Any more? Reed Everton says transfer window looks bleak. Rodar looks slightly against Spurs, but a point's okay. Crying out for width. Tracy Pezza 1878 says good point. Pathetic window. And Chris Cunningham, bin man Chris, has said lack of urgency, no end product, desperately need number 10. McCarthy and Barry starting to become a problem. Overall, decent point. I think he said it all in one tweet. Tell us what you think in the comments below on Twitter @ToffeeTV1. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you later on Toffee TV. Goodbye.